walk me through what you think Carolina's going through right now. They saw CJ Stroud yesterday, took him out to dinner 2 nights ago. After seeing CJ Stroud yesterday, they flew to Alabama to take Bryce Young out to dinner. He's having his pro day today. What do you think Scott Fitterer and that front office and the executive team there and Coach Frank Reich is going through right now and thinking about?
Yeah, I think Scott Fitterer, another even-keeled guy, right? I think he is really honed in with his new head coach, of course. And most important, he's honed in on what his owner wants. I mean, David Tepper needs to pull a quarterback, as the entire organization does. A lot of pressure there on Scott, and Scott is a guy that can handle pressure for sure, but they're looking at making sure that they hit on a quarterback. Look, you watch CJ Stroud in that workout. I'm sure you got an opportunity to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, smooth, poised. Everything about him seems like that would be a really good place to be for Carolina, given Frank Reich's personality, given that Frank Reich, we've been probably reading a lot about the fact that he has an affection towards a little bit bigger quarterbacks. I'm not saying Bryce Young is too small for him at all, but I am saying the way that CJ Stroud looks, at least at this point, is he just comes to the table with all you need to come to the table with as a first round. And, Bryce, of course, has unbelievable ability. He has unbelievable ability to move and to adjust. And I think you have a guy like Scott Fitterer and Frank Reich sitting down, just the two of them, everyone out of the room, right? Because they're traveling with, 10, 12 people, whatever it is?
Yeah, they're traveling heavy.
Just those two in the room. And they know that, Scott knows that this is huge for him. Frank Reich is at the beginning of his tenure, right? So they're going to be working together, discussing together. They're going to discuss what the game plan would be schematically as well, Rich, which is really important. There's a difference in approach when you have Bryce Young coming into the game as your number one quarterback. So there's a lot involved here. In the end, it comes down to the head coach and the GM talking about what they want for the betterment of the organization, even though their owner is hovering, rightly so.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure he will have an opinion as well, Thomas. But do you think they made this deal with one guy in mind and they're now just in a due diligence tour? Or how does that work?
Oh, they have to have had. I really do believe that. I think they have to. You can't go and do something that monumental and not know who it is. Now, the discussion of, an athlete like Anthony Richardson coming into the picture, I just don't think it plays into there at all, just to kind of set the line on that. I can't imagine that it's not focused on one of these two guys. And they know very strongly. And I would not be surprised if the owner has a real affection towards a guy who has won a lot at Alabama.
So who do you think, knowing the situation best you can, who do you think that guy that they traded up to get and they're doing due diligence on everyone else on, who do you think the guy is? Is it Stroud? You think it is?
I'm feeling it's Stroud. I'm feeling it's Stroud, but in the back of my mind, it keeps knocking on my door that, this is a winner, and they've been looking for winners. And remember this, David Tepper doesn't mind. He's brought in all types of quarterbacks over the last, 5 years?
Right.
So I don't think he's completely personally dissuaded by the size himself.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.